So we good. Let's go. I'm Everlecia Taylor with HarrisForever.com, and welcome back to a weekly how-to where we interview the brilliant, the talented, the go-getters of our community, and they show us how they doing it. And today we have author, rapper Tom G, so much more under his title, but I'm gonna let him answer that for y'all. So look, let's get this started. First question. Oh wait, I want to show the book first.
For sure. Go get that. Process and Purpose, TomG813.com. Go get that.
And I was really impressed by it, but we're gonna get into that. Okay, so first question. Who is Tom G?
Who is Tom G? Tom G is a God-fearing man, a father, you know what I'm saying, a friend, a real one, a musician, an artist, you know what I'm saying, a CEO, a man of many hats.
Respect. Okay, can you take us back to writing your first rap, the young kid, Tom G, and what that process like? Pen and paper, what did that look like?
Yeah, it was like just, you know, seeing people on TV do it, you know what I mean? And me and my homeboys, we used to sit down to the table and just write raps at the park, you know what I'm saying? Get a little scrap paper. Matter of fact, we weren't even writing them, you know what I'm saying? We was freestyling, you know what I'm saying? Beating on the table and coming up with little raps, you know what I'm saying? So every day we'll meet up at the park, and, you know, mostly we was playing football and playing other sports, and then once it get too hot, we'll go up under the shed at Winston Park and just start beating on the table and making raps up.
And then how do you feel like that prepared you to rap on a professional level?
It just put a certain chip in me, you know what I'm saying? Like it made me want to do it. Like me seeing the reaction of saying something cool and everybody laughing, or me saying something, you know, that people was really feeling and they remembered it like 3-4 days later, a week later, they be like, hey man, you remember when you said this, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what put me in that zone to want to do it for real. And
do you have any of the footage from that time, or did that?
I wish I did. I got a homeboy. He swear to me that he got a tape of me at when we was at the park doing it, but I don't know. He said his parents had it, so you know the tapes get old after a while if you don't keep them in AC and all that. They probably messed up.
Yeah, hopefully they find them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take us back to your first hit song. How did you know it was a hit, and like what was that? Finding out it was a hit.
My first hit song was City Boy, but I had songs way before that, you know what I'm saying, that I considered hits before I really knew what a hit was. They were street hits. They was like hits on, you know, like where my people are from in Ebo City and where I'm from in Palm River. They was hits like that, you know, to our neighborhood. But when I really seen what a real hit to the city was, to the community, it was City Boy, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it went crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. That was my first time really seeing how a mass of people just react to a record at one time.
And how did that look back then? Was it like in the club or was it in the streets? Like how did it look for you?
Yeah, it was in the club and in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a dance to go to it, so it involved the kids, you know what I'm saying? It involved the older people, the old people, the church people, everybody was doing it. The streets, you know what I'm saying? It was pandemonium behind that record. So like that's what carried the record and made it go even like more longer than an average record would go. You know, if it was just a song that everybody liked, if it was just a song that people, you know, are into, it wouldn't last as long as a song that they into with a dance to go to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So was that intentional that you created the dance, or you just was like, it just happened organically?
Nah, with the dance, I was in school up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and when I came home, my homeboy was showing me that some cats over there in Ebo City was doing. Shout out to Big Will, them T-Skis and them, know what I'm saying? Them boys were doing the dance in the bar in Manila's, and I seen it one night, and I liked it. I'm like, okay, cool. So then the more and more, because I'm home for I think I was home for the summer, or I might have been home for spring break. So every time I go out, I start seeing people doing it more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna make a song for it, because I seen that what the trend was. Like I seen Kaya do it. I seen Kaya do she made a dance for the K-Wayne, you know what I'm saying? And they was already doing that in the bar before she made the song. You know what I'm saying? The Squirrel James, they was doing that before they made the song. So I seen what the trend was, you feel me? So I'm like, I already wanted to be like a big Tampa rapper at that time. That was my dream to just pop in the city. So I was like, that's gonna be my calling right there to do it for the city. I'm gonna make one for that one. You know what I'm saying? So I made one for that dance, and I caught the time just right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And then, how long have you been rapping? Just to give us a scope of
like seriously, or like just when I
seriously.
I say about 16 years now, like for real, like seriously. Because when I got serious about it was like 2004 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So what that is? Yeah, it's like 16, right? Yeah.
Okay, so Jay-Z has this thing where he talk about that every rapper goes through the white hot spot of when it's they time and they shining, but then there's that time where it's like it kind of dwindles down. How do you survive that moment where it's you out of the white hot spot and people not on your train like they used to be?
It's just really working through it, you know what I'm saying? And using that as motivation to create other avenues for you to become relevant again in people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Also, taking advantage of what you built, you know, through the time of you being relevant or being hot and in the spotlight. It's people that's gonna stick with you even when you ain't in the spotlight. So you have to learn to like not worry about the fly by night fans that may leave. They gonna go and come to people that just like the hype beasts they call them. You know what I'm saying? If they hype beasts, they just gonna rock with you when you hot. You know what I'm saying? And when you not, they gonna act like you don't exist, or they, you know what I'm saying, or they don't see your post, or in today's terms. You know what I'm saying? But what I did was I just kept working through it. So I said, okay, basically on a smaller term, like, okay, if I can get 500 people to start being my fan off that record, or 1,000 people, a couple thousand people, I'm gonna just maintain them couple thousand people and keep dropping stuff and keep entertaining them and keep saying cool stuff that they figure that they want to listen to, you know what I'm saying? And then they gonna tell more friends, and then they gonna turn their friends onto it, and I'm gonna create more people. I'm gonna just work through the slower times, you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody gotta do. That's just like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, say an athlete make it to the NFL or something, and then he get cut for whatever reason, you got hurt or whatever, you ran into some trouble. You just work through them slower times, and then you might find yourself back in the NFL again. You know what I'm saying? And all those people that saw your struggle and saw your what you went through, they could just appreciate your story better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So in the book, without giving too much away, you talked about like having to put the dream on. Not I want to say hold, but having to do the 9-to-5 routine just to make it through those moments where it's kind of cooled down. So what do you say to somebody that's in that position that got the dream, know they the hottest, and then life isn't just producing the results in the pace that they wanted to produce, like having to do a 9-to-5?
Just stick to your guns and your vision. You know what I'm saying? And just stay prayed up on it. Like, you know, God gonna give you what you deserve and what you work for and what you ask for, but you gotta just stick to the plan and go get it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be kind of at least showing God that you trying to live right. You know, you trying to do something decent with yourself. You feel me? You can't be out here just, you know what I'm saying, doing you know, straddling the fence too bad. But you know, ain't none of us perfect. Like me, I was in the streets. But, you know, it came a time when I had to, like, my mama came in there, you know, my mama a strong woman of God. And she came in there, she was like, yeah, it's that time, like, you gotta sacrifice. Like, if you gonna leave the streets long, then he gonna give you what you want. If you ain't gonna leave the streets long, he gonna just let you be in the streets. And then whatever happened from there, that's what's gonna happen. So I had to, you know, make that sacrifice and be like, all right, I'm gonna trust you, God, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna see what you gonna do. I'm gonna see, you know, my mom always tell me, if you can't make God a lie, call him out. Call him out, you know, do what you supposed to do and call him out on what he say he gonna do. And that's what I did. And that's what everybody else should do, I think, you know, that's in that position. That's
real. And then you gave me a new meaning for Dream Girl. Can you talk about that in your book?
In the book Dream Girl, it's basically like, you know, like my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't come, you know, across somebody that's gonna ride with you that long. And then, like, the reason why she's a dream girl is because she's helping you get to your dreams, you know, and like what, you know, vice versa, you're helping her get, you know, to her dream, you know, accomplish her dream. So, you know, when I say dream girl, they might think I'm saying like looks. Well, you know, my wife is fine, you know, it's looks too, you feel me? But even if she wasn't fine, that don't mean she can't be a dream girl, you feel me? She gotta be, a dream girl has to be somebody that's helping you get, you know, where you going and fulfill your mission and understand what you got going on. And even when she don't understand, you know, she's still just sticking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what is the biggest misconception that people have of you?
The biggest misconception? I don't know. Probably, I don't know, because people be hearing all type of stuff about me, and I ain't gonna, all of it probably ain't a lie, you know what I'm saying? But I would say the biggest misconception might be, I don't know, it's just whatever you assume when you see me, and then like some people might heard that I was rude, or that I, you know, think I'm this, or think I'm that, or he act this way, he act that way. Nah, that might have just been an encounter that somebody else had with me based off of how you approached me, or how, you know what I'm saying, how I may was feeling that day, or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? But once people see me and get to know me, they be like, hey, you cool as, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really, like, you ain't what, you could tell they saying, like, you ain't what they told me you was. You feel me? So, I don't know. Other than that, the other misconception used to be that, oh, I just make all, like, juke music. And that's why I had to turn up and make cushion cuts and 6.5 and, you know what I'm saying, pressure bust pipes and all that. Because I had to, like, kill that stigma. You know what I'm saying? Even though ain't nothing wrong with that stigma, but I just really had to show I'm more to that. It's more to me than that.
Overall.
Yeah.
So in the book, you talk about some defining moments with your father. What is the greatest lesson you feel he taught you?
The greatest lesson my daddy taught me was to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because like when, you know, just watching him, I ain't never seen my daddy broke, you know, ever. Like to this day, he don't call me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like my daddy get up and go get it. That's what he taught me, to get up and get you some money. You know what I'm saying? I always seen my daddy with a wad of money. You know what I'm saying? And whatever he did to get it, he first of all, he was DJing, you know what I'm saying? But he did his little stuff too in the street or whatever. He was selling tapes, you know, he was well known for that. But I just seen my daddy, you know, get up and get it. So that, you know, he taught me that. And that's why, like, to this day, I don't sit still for nothing. And I be like, dang, well, I just always be trying to think of something and think of, like, my mind just always going on what's next. But I get that from him.
What's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Okay, and so is that the same lesson that you look to teach your kids about?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I see that they have the
that's
line.
That's why they got their line series.
Yeah.
That's why my daughter do nails. That's why she work. You know what I'm saying? She work. She got her little gig at McDonald's now. Like that, my kids just like me. They don't want to sit still and wait on me and be asking me, Daddy, can we get this? They want to just say, Daddy, can you take me to the mall so I can buy myself this? Like, cause I got my own money. I went there. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm going to do as a father what I'm supposed to do on my end, you feel me? Regardless of the money they get, it's just good to see that they, you know, they taste that same blood as far as being a hustler. Yeah.
And okay, if we could rewind back and go to 18-year-old Tom G. high in the streets, what advice, if you just got one advice to tell him, what you going to tell him?
What could I tell 18-year-old Tom G?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I ain't never thought about that. What would I tell 18-year-old Tom G? I probably would have told him to travel a little more. You know what I'm saying? Travel a little more, move around a little more, and save your money a little more. But you know, when you young, that just come with it. If you making money, you gonna blow it a little bit. That's why when people be like, "Oh boy, well you should have been got that $1 million deal." Man, do you know what I would have did with that $1 million deal, boy? At 19, 20, 21 years old, man, I'd be somewhere and they'd be like, "Look at Tom, man." Dang, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you already know what they gonna say.
Yeah, you feel me? Look at Tom, messed up all that money. You feel me? Like, but now people can, you know, they can appreciate my story and the growth and the stages that, you know, God took me through. You know what I'm saying, to get where I'm at and where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So it's better that way. You know, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Look, Tom, I see they blowing you up. We just gonna have to
yeah, I'm gonna have to mute.
Look, we hear y'all. We see y'all blowing them up online. Thank you, Tom. Okay, so it seems to me from your book, I don't want to put it on you, but it seems like you're into affirmations. Like, are you into affirmations? And if so, like, where did you get that concept of like speaking things into existence from?
I get that from just like, you know what I'm saying, just being in, you know, growing up in church and stuff. I get that from being around spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? I just understand this power in the tongue. You can speak life on yourself or death on yourself, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that God listens to everything we say. And, you know, he know the desires of your heart. So that's how, you know, I manifest a lot of stuff by saying it. You know, I walk around sometime and just, you know, I be like, man, yeah, I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire. I'm gonna, you know, I speak that in my life. I speak success in my life. I speak, you know, success on my kids. You know what I'm saying? I speak covering on my family. You know what I'm saying? Protection, all that. You got to speak that up. You got to speak that up.
You got to. Our whole family say blessings on blessings for me and my family. Great things are happening. You see my sister already ready to.
Yeah, you got to speak that up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a lot of people around here just speaking death and destruction, and that's what be happening to them and their people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak up what you want. You know what I mean? And like I said, my mom always tell me, man, call God out. So I do a lot of that. I call God out. I pray on it. And then I'm not the type of person, you know, because, you know, growing up in the church, I know a lot of people, they'll pray on it and they just wait on it. Man, nah, you, like, you know, the words say you take 2 steps. What it say? Take 1 or 2 steps and then he going to do the rest. But you got to take them steps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't going to pray on it the way that I'm going to pray on it. And I'm going to try to whoop you to even give it to me. I'm trying to beat God for bless, like, to the blessing.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a light question. So what does Tom do on his free time when he's not being a dad, when he's not rapping, he's not promoting were you just relaxing and not having to be there for anybody? What is Tom doing? Tom G.
I'd be probably on GTA or something. I'd be chilling. I'd be chilling on the PlayStation or something, just vibing. You know what I'm saying? Watching some interviews. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get my little break. I go and watch like Vlad interviews.
So you went to Vlad?
I'm into like the Vlad, but like shout out to my dog 1090 Jake. You know what I'm saying? He not from Tampa. I think he from Boston, but he grew up in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he from Tampa. You know, he grew up a lot of his years and went through his thing in Tampa. 1090 Jake, I watch a lot of that. Soldier the Game Spitter. I watch a lot of the YouTube stuff so I can keep up with the game and keep up with the world, you know what I'm saying? And so I just know what's going on. So I ain't in the blind when I'm out here moving around in all these different cities. I know who got what going on and where to go and where not to go. You know what I'm saying?
No Netflix? No
yeah,
no shows?
Yeah.
What's your show?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm a certified binge watcher. Let that be known. I let a whole show just like end, like a whole season before I even start watching it. I let 3 seasons in before I start watching it because I hate waiting till next week. I hate that, bro. I gotta wait the next Sunday to watch Raising Kanan again. I'm gonna just let Raising Kanan play all the way out. And then I'm going to go back and watch it the same way I did The Shot. I watched The Shot from beginning, from the first part of it to...
Mr. Henry like The Shot.
Yeah. Those are my favorite shows right now. You know, The Shot, of course, whatever Power Drop, which is Raising Kanan now. Yeah, I do it all. Ozark. Money Heist. Yeah, I do. I'm a binge watcher. Yeah.
And you mentioned in the book, you talked about a little bit about your college experience. What was the biggest takeaway from, like, going away from college? What was that biggest takeaway for you?
It really wasn't no takeaway. I was just homesick, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole base was here, you feel me? Like everything that I knew was here, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that me going to Alabama was going to strengthen me, like as far as an artist, as a person, you know what I'm saying? All that, an athlete, you feel me? When I got up there, my coach told us, cause he was like, man, I could tell y'all boys homesick, and we working y'all, you know what I'm saying? We was doing tour days at that time, and I ain't gonna lie, I had a little girlfriend here at the time, you know what I'm saying? I was homesick. I'm ready to go back and see my girl. I'm ready to see my mom. I'm ready to see anybody in Tampa. I want to just see 40th Street. I want to see 26th. I want to see 58th Street, cause I just miss it. This is what I know, and I'm up here in Alabama, and I don't know none of this. We ain't got no car. We freshmen. You feel me?
Yeah.
But boy, that was some of the best. Like, I done met some of my best friends right now to this day up there from up there. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people I keep up with right now. Like, I got homeboys, I know their phone number by heart right now. You know what I'm saying? In Alabama, and I can call them if anything going on. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, people don't understand, like, when you move away, because I had moved to LA for a minute. It's like you miss the little things about home. You miss going to the food places that you know. Like, people take advantage of that when you go away.
I definitely was missing a Cuban sandwich.
What? They don't have no Cubans in LA.
You know, in Tampa, that's every Saturday or Friday. You know, one day out the week. Back then, yeah, you was getting you a Cuban one day out the week back then. You know what I'm saying? Early 2000s, you know.
What? Even now, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, what moment did you decide to become an author and why?
Well, I was thinking about doing a book probably years ago, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm always the type of person, I'm always doing something new because I just want to keep the people that's tuned in to me like, dang, you doing this now? Dang, you doing that now? I'm just into that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't never want to be that dude that's like, oh yeah, we know what you do. We know you've been doing that, so that ain't nothing new, ain't nothing exciting about it. I want to keep you on your toes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna drop a movie too.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm finna drop my movie.
Okay, now you got me on my toes. You know what
I'm saying? You just was on your toes about the book.
Yeah.
So just when you think that's done came out, now I'm gonna do the movie. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I'm gonna do a podcast, and after that, I don't know. I'm just still thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm always do something to keep people like freshly in tune to my movement.
And I have to just say this: I've read over like 200 books, probably even more, because I'm just a bookhead. And when I heard that you had a book, I just assumed that it fit inside a certain category, that you just gonna walk us through your life and what it's been like. But I didn't expect for it to be as inspirational. And I feel like as me as an entrepreneur from Tampa, not even just from Tampa, just as an entrepreneur and a person with dreams, I feel like every person with a dream needs this book, because like you through the steps of like that mentality. Like, people don't understand that it's very hard to keep yourself motivated, especially with so many family issues, outside sources, personal demons. I don't like to speak that, but so many things you have to deal with, and I feel like you just walk you through the steps of like how to stay motivated and how to stay clear.
Right. And that kind of was my aim, you know what I'm saying? Because as I look at everybody's books, like all the people that I look up to, like the Jay Princes and the you know, like the Gucci book, like the Rick Ross book, those are all inspirations to me, and what I seen that I could do different, which they did, you know, pieces of it too. Especially Jay Prince, he took you, you know, from the bottom to the top. And but my thing was, I just like people to know what's going on with me to the clearest. So like I say, I'm in tune with people that are in tune with me. So I want to just give people like the step-by-step process, not really even all the details, but you know what I'm saying? It just make you appreciate my growth better, my story better when you read that book. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it make people feel like, you know, dang, Tom, he pressed for this, like, for this success. Like, he not stopping, he won't quit, he relentless. Yeah. And it just showing people, like, it's cool to be that relentless person that even sometimes people might feel like, man, like, it ain't working for you. At one point, it was like that. You know, a lot of people felt like that. And I just, you know, I'm that type of person that like, yeah, I'm going to show you that you tripping right now. You tripping. You thinking I ain't gonna shit. You tripping. BET Award. Yeah, you was tripping. Yeah. You was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
So is that your proudest rap moment, the BET Award?
Yeah, and working with Cool and Dre and just being in the studio with all these legendary people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shout out to my dog Lil Scrappy, like all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? All these people that, you know, even like Kodak Black posted my book the other day. You know? Yeah, you was tripping. Yeah, I dropped the book. You ain't think Kodak, somebody like Yike was gonna shout it out. You was tripping. You feel me?
They was sleeping on you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what I be on. I be on like, and I don't know if is it devious of me to be like that. Like,
no, I think that's natural. Devious. Yeah, I think that's natural.
Yeah, it's
that
like whatever you say, I'm gonna talk it.
Make them eat their words.
Yeah.
And so we got the Gucci Man book here, and we got Backstory. But can you tell us your favorite book?
My favorite book. My favorite book. I would have to say
No, that's your favorite.
my book.
Besides your own book, we know your book. We know your book is.
Oh yeah, I am
by Everlecia. Our camera person wanted us to put her in there.
That's your favorite.
It's gonna be one of Tom's new favorites. Our poetry lovers, we got y'all covered here. We always got
favorite top.
That's real. Nah, but real talk. My favorite book. I ain't gonna cap. My favorite book might have to be Jay Prince book. Yeah,
I've been wanting to read that for a minute. So you gonna make me put that on my list?
Yeah, you gotta read that. You know what I'm saying? That's the Godfather though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I respect him on so many levels. I respect Master P. I respect, you know, all the entrepreneurs of the game, the black entrepreneurs of the game that, you know what I'm saying, came from the street and then they put people on and created opportunities for so many young black people. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's what I want to do. I look up to that, so that's who I kind of pace my game after.
So do you have a mentor where you call, like when Tom G trying to figure something out and he needs some advice? Who is that person you call?
I got big homies, like, you know what I'm saying, people that, you know, may not be like, you know what I'm saying, like well known to everybody, but I got like people who, you know, just they full of wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, like one of the pastors from my church, actually our main pastor of our church now, and you know, like my godmom that passed, you know, I used to call her and talk to her. She was the pastor of our church, Linda C. Reese, and Robert Earl Reese, you know what I'm saying? Reverend Reese from out of Carver City, Pilgrim Rest Missionary Baptist Church. People like that, you know what I'm saying? I just call them and talk to them. Some of my old coaches that I looked up to, you know, back in the days that, you know, they gonna tell me straight. They gonna tell me what I want to hear. They gonna tell me what I need to hear. You know, I talk to people like that. People who strike your spirit when they speak to you, you know what I'm saying? People like my uncles, you know what I'm saying? That's where I get my game from.
So I know that you talked about in the book a little bit, without giving too much away, dealing with substance abuse. So how do you like get over that? Like even somebody who, because I know that in our culture, I feel like all of us are guilty of putting our energy into that when things aren't going the way we want to in life. So how do you overcome that?
What you mean? Say it
like say if I'm doing lean, because you made a good distinction.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it? Just how you talked about how
my thing is drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you know what I'm saying, drinking, and I do my thing now. but I got more like, you know, I'm more in tune with it and more control over it than I used to. As far, you know, it's a coping mechanism for people. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever a person do, like some people is gambling, some people is sex, some people is liquor, some people is cocaine, you know, some people is pills, you know what I mean? Everybody got something, you know, that they deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like, but mine just so happened to be drinking, and that's from a young age, you feel me? Like, cause it
young.
And it running my family, you know what I'm saying? Like, my granddaddy done been popped me out, my daddy done been, I get to drink that.
Baby, you was out before young, what, 13 years? I was surprised.
But it wasn't like back then, it wasn't like an everyday thing, but you know what I'm saying? It, you know, when I had a chance to dib and dab, I would, you feel me?
You know, everybody got that little taste, that little, when they was younger, just to see how.
So, you know, with that, it just, like, in the industry, as far as addiction to, you know, whatever it is that somebody may be addicted to, it's a coping mechanism. It don't even start as like people just doing it excessively for nothing. It just be like, oh, we in the studio, this how I come up with my vibes, this how I come up with, you know, my swag. And then okay, it start from that, and then let's say people start liking the way you rock like that, right? Okay, now you feel like this your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Like Future make the whole world feel like Lean and Miley is what make him make these hit records. Now you got all these rappers doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying, to try to make these hit records. This is what people are convinced, you know, that work for them, you know what I'm saying? And then it could turn into a nightmare after that because you consistently doing it, you know what I'm saying? And then it just turned into something else. It ain't for creativity no more. It's for just, now it's a habit because you so used to doing it for so long.
I like that distinction that you made in the book.
Right.
So we getting to Tom G, the rapper. This is some of my favorite questions. Okay, who is your favorite rapper besides yourself and somebody? I know your brother raps too. Who is your favorite rapper? Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Well, as of last night, I gotta put Jada Kiss back up though.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? But he one of my tops. But if I had to just go with one, I gotta go with Pop.
Tupac.
Yeah, no question.
We was in here listening to Pop early, huh?
Yeah. Pop, gotta go with Pop if I had to pick one.
Okay, and I know you say you was rapping. You say professionally were on the grind for 16 years. How many hours do you estimate that you spent in the studio? Because I don't think people understand.
I think somebody told me success don't come until you get what they say,
10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 hours or something. So like when good stuff started happening for me, my homeboy was like, "See, that's them 10,000 hours. You done hit your 10,000 hours." You know what I'm saying? So I kind of believe it. You feel me? But yeah, I say I'm over 10,000 hours though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably at 200,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I just go. You know what I'm saying? Always in the studio, or always writing something, or always shooting a video, or always, you know, doing something towards the artistry, toward the art. You know what I mean? So, you know, or working with somebody else, trying to help somebody else, you know, develop or elevate. So yeah, I'm in crazy hours.
And what's your most favorite song that you wrote or that you recorded? Even if it's not released, your favorite song.
My favorite song. My favorite song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a couple of them. I probably could say like I Got Problems. That was one of my favorite ones as far as being funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being relevant to real life. Like talking, you know, I rent things. I'm dodging Rent-A-Center and dodging rent.
Oh yeah.
They knock on my door, shut the up. They think they taking this couch, they got me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something people can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, that's probably one of my favorite ones.
And well, okay. I know your brother reps. I know him as Tyler because we went to school with him.
Yeah, Swaver.
Yeah. What cautionary tale do you tell him since he's younger and he's coming up in the game? What cautionary tale do you tell him? Get
you some money and put it up. I'm always resort to that because I'm telling you that be people main, you know, that be part of the stagnation. You know, you can't move how you want to because you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't getting to the finances. So like I used to tell them all the time, like my little brother doing real good right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, But it was at a point where I had to like really show him and like all my other little brothers like, hey, y'all gotta stop, y'all gotta just like snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all wanna just hang out all day, but bro, like it's reality out here. It's bills out here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grown, so y'all getting grown. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta start channeling your mind into getting you some money, dog, because don't nothing move without that. You know what I'm saying? Like bad as we want it to be different, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gotta be rich, but you gotta be functional. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely gotta be functional out here. So I preach that more than anything, you know what I'm saying? And outside of that, just like the drugs and stuff, like I just make sure they don't get caught up in that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this is my last question, before I go to a fan question.
Okay.
What is the biggest point you want to get across in your music as today as an artist?
The biggest point I want to get across? The biggest point that I want to get across in my music would be that Tampa, Florida is like just as talented as any city in the States, you know, in the world, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my biggest points to get across, that, you know, artists from Tampa, Florida got it just like anybody else, you know what I'm saying? And then outside of that, my biggest point would just be that, you know what I'm saying, whatever you ask God for, if you work hard for it, you'll get it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, those are my biggest points.
Yes. Okay, and then there's a Tampa question that a fan asked on my page. How do you feel about Tampa being transformed and gentrified?
How I feel about it? I feel mixed about it. I feel like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like they taking our urban, like most urban areas away, you know what I'm saying, our hoods, you know what I'm saying, and our landmarks and stuff that we always know and can go to and always knew and could go to. But I'm also looking at it as an opportunity for the city to grow more economically, you know what I'm saying, and like you know, for our city to get the look we supposed to be having, you know what I'm saying, like we growing into a big city. And if you really look at all the major cities, everybody did that, you know what I'm saying, not saying that it's cool. And we always want our, you know what I'm saying, our motherlands and spots that we know, the Cottage Hills and the, you know what I'm saying, the Ponce de Leons and the West Tampas and the Rovers Parks and all that. That's real Tampa culture, you know what I'm saying. We always want to, you know, keep that. We never want to lose that, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like it's other ways. I feel like it ain't that landmark. Those landmarks will never die as long as the people that got those areas in their soul, you know what I'm saying. As long as they keep them alive and keep the you know what I'm saying, the representation up, you know what I mean, we good. Tampa ain't gonna never die, you know what I'm saying, not the real Tampa. You know what I'm saying, as long as the real people around, we just gotta get around. We just gotta get in the loop, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make the decisions.
Yeah, we just gotta get in the loop with what the decision makers and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and slang our weight around in that area.
You just made me think of a new question. I know I did see you post a picture with Buck Sosa. Who are other Tampa rappers that you admire in their situation, what they got going on?
I admire everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot that I could name, and I probably might forget some people, but off the dribble, I would say like you know, Baby Wick, you know, from out of Rovers Park, he one of my favorites. LA the GOAT, that my little partner, he doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, on a major scale. Road Boy, Taliban Doodle, you know what I'm saying? For sure, Buck Sosa, he from my side of town, so I'm real proud of that, you feel me? Because I like to keep that Southeast Tampa culture all the way lit and going. So he's definitely, you know, doing that, you know what I'm saying? Man, I don't be liking to start naming people because they gonna be like, oh, he forgot you. And
I know what you mean.
It won't be that. But
is it a way that all the artists in Tampa can work together? Like, can somebody put that together? Because a lot of those artists, I've heard of them, but I never see like everybody working together because everybody's so close, right?
Yeah, nah, they starting to do it though. Like, shout out to DJ Yayo. He doing something where he got the ciphers going on. So he bringing like people together from all different sides of town. Like, shout out to like the homie Dog, you know what I'm saying, from over there on the east side. You know what I'm saying, Q4. It's a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying, a lot of people doing their thing, and he bringing people together. And he might bring like two dudes that really they hoods probably had some beef. You know what I'm saying, but they ended up kind of like getting past that to even be able to make that song and put that video together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you usually couldn't even get these dudes in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, he doing stuff like that. We working on that, man. We definitely working on that. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to be going through all this shooting and all that. You know what I'm saying? We just want to all get along, get some money, man, and build a city up.
I agree. Well, so that was it for my questions. I just want to say thank you for coming out to the WAWG. We got Bookstore. You know, this your home, y'all. We're gonna have Tommy G books for sale here. Thank you, Mr. Henry, for letting us use the space. Thank you, Everlecia, for allowing
Thank
us
you for saying
to
my name
record.
right, baby.
I know
Yeah.
your name. When we was born, we had the same mama.
All y'all
daddy.
sisters,
Everlecia,
the whole ever.
thank
Everybody
y'all.
is
All
ever.
the Evers, all the Evers.
Well, they spoke life into y'all with that
Yes.
ever, forever.
Forever, man. Forever.
All the sisters and brothers named
So
ever something.
Anything, yeah, all the Evers, y'all.
Oh, that's
our
hard.
business. We got hair products, which I'm gonna give Tom. Can you give me
Yeah, I
one
got
second? We finna give Tom G some products for the ladies in his life. Y'all know we got the edges. We keep your edges slayed. Just dip it. Look, we got an order that just came in. Now look at the blessings coming in, Tom G. They see us on with the Tom G.
Yeah, y'all plug it in, man. Plug it in.
That's just our bag to carry.
So you say this for the edges?
Yeah, you just dip it so you don't gotta get it under your long nails. Let me see, Kissy. You dip it in the edge troll.
Let me get it.
Oh, I know my daughter gonna love
Yeah,
that.
you just dip it in the edge troll and then you swoop in style, and it's really good quality. And the edge troll really gonna last through. You know we in Florida, so if it lasts all day in Florida, you know you got
Listen,
some.
use it every day. Every day.
Every day. This is my sister Ever Kisi. I introduced her to Tom G and I got her name wrong, and now she never gonna let me forgive it because we got Ever Kisi.
I forgive you as long as he remembers. You gonna remember?
Everlecia.
What?
Ever Kisi.
That's what he.
Oh,
That's what she said the first
It's gonna
time.
take me some time to get
Yeah,
out
it's
of
gonna
these
take you
Evers.
some time.
But the ever part make it easy.
Yeah.
Remember, y'all, he said this is his favorite.
Yeah.
My poetry book.
Plug
I
it
got
in.
several poetry books.
Plug it in.
Plug it
I'm saying,
in.
y'all tap in, man. I'm finna go and tap in right now.
All artists in Tampa. They don't have all artists from Tampa, Florida.
Believe that.
That's blessings. Thank y'all for watching, y'all. Y'all got any questions, anything y'all want to say while we still here? Quee, sister. That's Everquecia. You just said her name.
Oh, what's up with Ever family? Everquecia. That's Quee.
Quee. But it's really good. Kiss, you can stop that one right there.